Borderline Horror.
Welcome to the Shamrock Pixie Happy 72 and Miss Borderline Hoarderish channel. Well, Thursday night show, yeah. So we tonight are doing Q&A. And so everybody knows you can ask us anything you would like, but if we are uncomfortable with answering the question, we will kindly say,
I do the whiteout. I do the whiteout if I don't want to answer. Sorry. Hold on. Let me take my pills. Hold on. I'm fine. I'm sorry.
Are you done?
Yeah. I'm sorry. We started.
All right. Let's welcome some people in. We have Derek NASCAR Man 3345. Welcome, my friend. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Him and I were doing that earlier. Him, I, and Joe, we were having a bunch of fun. They were making me laugh. And look, Pat Dees is in the chat. Welcome, dear sir.
Thank you. Also known as Charlie,
AKA Charlie. We have Leticia. Welcome.
Hey, don't mess with Texas.
Goodson. Is that how you say it? I hope I didn't butcher it too bad, your last name. But welcome. Oh, there is my amazing, sexy hubby, the Bargain Effect Tommy. Thank you for being here tonight.
Well, I mean, sexy is a stretch, but all right. I mean,
well, yeah, very sexy.
No, I mean,
and I'm a very lucky girl.
All right.
Very lucky Irish girl.
Sexy for tonight. All right. Hey,
Joe, welcome. I made you a mod, mister. I told you I would, and I kept my word. He says, I hear the bagpipes over the hills. Yay! I love bagpipes. They're one of my favorite. Let's see, who else do we have? Miss Rebecca, welcome. Everybody, please keep her husband in your prayers. He was in an accident today, and he is good. He's going to feel it tomorrow, but please keep him in your prayers to make sure that everything goes good and nothing severe happened. But as of right now, he's doing pretty good. She sent me a video. It was pretty crazy, and yeah, I'm sorry. It was just really trippy because we had just got done talking to him. So to Rebecca's husband, much love, my friend. I'm glad you were good. You're safe. And we will talk again soon, sir. Caffeinated Christy, welcome. T Flips, welcome. My great finds for you. Good evening, my dear. DuPage Picker, welcome. Star City Picker, welcome. Your guests are Darlene, Mom, welcome. I love you, my dear. Melissa W, welcome. Keevan, welcome. That's Darlene's amazing husband. He's so awesome.
Which one? Now, which one is?
Keevan Crawley.
Oh, okay. Is he on there?
Yep, he's in our chat, which I'm so excited.
I saw him on the video the one time when I said hello, and he was standing there. I think he was leaving for work.
Yep, I think so too. Yep, I believe so. Let's see, who else do we have in the chat? So far, it looks like we have said, uniquely me. I butchered that, and I do apologize. But welcome, my dear. I watched you last night. You were great. You guys, you and Tommy made me laugh, and I loved it. It was awesome. All right, let's see who else. Oh, Deals. Mary Deathly Deals, welcome, my dear. I am greatly appreciative of you guys all being here. Did I miss anybody? If I missed you, I do apologize.
Jennifer Hayes just rolled in, but she's here. You know what's happening.
Jennifer.
Yep, the notifications are coming out, so thanks for joining us. We got 24 watching, but only 12.
Oh, wow.
I mean, each of us should get like 8 or 9 thumbs. I mean, come on, thumbs up. There we go. There's 2 more. I love when I see that blue chain and they go up.
We have lots more people coming in, I see. Hold on. I have to make somebody a mod real quick. Uniquely me, I have made you a mod.
Whoa. You make her a mod and you don't have me as a mod?
You are a mod on my channel. Don't mess with me, mister.
Okay.
Be nice.
Okay. You know how sensitive I am.
Be nice. Charlie.
Yes.
Be nice.
All
right, everybody. So tonight like I said before, tonight we are doing Q&A. You can ask us anything. Oh, Lynn, hey, welcome. I just saw Lynn popped in. And John Jones, welcome.
Yes, John. How you doing? And we got they're popping in. My Great Find for You is here.
Yeah, I'm trying to type really light, but I'm like really excited because there's so many amazing people in the chat right now. Hello all. Hello. I'm trying to get to you, but you all know that I type. My angry typing gets a little carried away, so I'm trying to, tone down the excitement and make sure to say hi to everybody. I'm getting there.
I'm trying to get text to talk on this StreamYard, but it's not working. My words never come out right. I don't know. Oh my God! Hey, Jazzy, what's up?
Jazzy Jazz.
Hey, hello. We got an audience here, Jazzy. You can say hello. Come on. I love the Michael Jackson.
Where did you get that shirt from?
God, Flippin' Hustler.
Flippin' Hustler. Do you have that in a size 2X?
I don't know. Let me go check.
She's on a mission now.
Yeah. Pat, we don't have that.
No,
I always tell my kids I taught Michael Jackson how to move, so dance and stuff. So, yeah.
Cute. I know that when I'm like really sad, Derek's son Adam, he'll do the Carlton for me. It is awesome. Is he even in here? Nope, I don't think I've seen him in here yet.
John is in here now. Dad is a vintage garage.
Oh, welcome.
I just read what he said.
I snagged it. What? Hold on.
Jazzy's back.
Oh, do you have it in 2X?
Nope.
No.
Large.
A large.
Oh, well. Thanks, Jazz.
You're welcome.
All right. So if you guys have questions for us tonight, please make sure to put a bunch of question marks before your question and a bunch of question marks at the end so that we know it is a question for us and we will keep an eye out for that. Do you guys have anything going on this week?
Actually, are you asking me or the room?
Anybody.
Me, I have actually tomorrow going to be 11 o'clock at a storage unit auction. I think there's like 10, supposed to be 10 storage lockers, untouched, unpicked, no reserve, no buyer's premium. It says no BS. See you at the auction. So I'm going to be there tomorrow morning. And then I think I might do some Amazon arbitrage this weekend with a buddy of mine that lives down by Philly. And then, of course, Saturday I always do the show. So I'm a busy guy, and being Charlie's even busy managing my angels.
We already have a question. I see that Dad's Vintage Garage just said, anyone changing their product mix after this summer? Do you mean like in regards to selling seasonal items? Like for me, I'm preparing for the holiday season, Halloween being needing to list right now. And then I will start listing more Christmas stuff in less than a month. So yes, for me, there's a little bit of a change, but I do a lot of home decor type of stuff anyway. So that doesn't really change if it's summer or winter or spring or fall. So I don't know if that answered your question, but how about you, Pat? Do you change? Like, is there something that you do seasonal or you sell more of during the summer and now you're going to put away for a whole year?
No, I'll be honest. I mean, I have some Christmas items that aren't listed right now, but I've talked about it before in the past. Now, what I will be doing going in the fourth quarter is really upping my Amazon game and then I own a website that sells Christmas ornaments. So I'm working with a wholesaler that I'm going to be doing a lot more of that, and maybe do a pop-up sale where we do Christmas ornaments maybe like once a week, 4 different times in October. To people can buy them then as gifts, because that's when a lot of people also get their Christmas club money, usually the middle of October. So that's when the money's coming in, and but I'm willing to list almost certain items, especially collectibles or certain things that are rare to find. I think you can list anytime, and they sell year round.
Right. Because for Destiny, you and Tommy sell kind of a whole mixture of things. I'm sure that it kind of is the same for you, right? Getting prepared for the holidays and
we like right now, I believe he's pulling out all the Halloween stuff to list that, because Halloween is coming up. It's like right around the corner. And our inventory is constantly changing, and so we don't have like where and please correct me if I'm wrong, Tommy, because this part of it is usually what he does when it comes this time. But we've got different stuff all throughout our store all year round. It's not really a set thing. So I love collecting the whoa, hold on. I love collecting the glowworms. That distracted me.
Destiny, what I'm going to do for you, if I notice a question, and not to interrupt you, what I'll do is I'll copy and paste it and put it in the back chat for us. Okay. That way, when you see it, if you want to ask being the host tonight, that'll help you out, and maybe Kimmy can help me with that also. But there is a question there from Leticia.
Yep, Leticia is asking, how are your sales going on eBay?
First.
For me, they're average. I wish they're not December, January type sales, but it's weird. I mean, I'll go sometimes 5 or 6 days and not sell nothing, and then I'm selling stuff that I had a picture last week of a dog with a stamp, and it was nice, and that was a $90 item I sold, and it sat around for 3 months. So I think it's just a matter of sometimes certain items. I was at a place this weekend where they have an indoor flea market, and they told me right out they're slow too right now, because people are going to the outdoor flea markets. They're busy from October to March. That in this business, even especially small sellers like ourselves doing eBay, that we don't have such a large where we can smooth those months out, that I'm constantly trying to find new sources and new products so I can average that out year round. But that's not something I think that you create overnight. So,
right. For me, I've been listing a lot more in more recent weeks, and it does make a difference. It's starting to pay. Sometimes it takes a little bit, like a week to really start paying off. But I'm finding out that because of my more recent hauls of dumpster diving, I'm realizing that there's a whole market of things that I did not realize was going to be such a hot commodity. And I've heard people talk about it, and I know a little bit because I have, I've sold things more like shampoos and that kind of hygiene stuff. And part of it is because that's what I can coupon and get for a cheaper price, and then I bulk them and sell them. But I didn't realize that basically jumping in the dumpster of Ulta was going to open my eyes to how many people have certain products saved, and as they're wanting, so when it comes up, they get notified that there's that item for sale, right? It's really shocking. Like, I've sold 4 of the 4 things from that haul, all the same name on it, and it sells like 12 hours 4 times now. I'm thinking, man, maybe I should have priced it higher. But, it's free money at the end of the day. So I think I'm going to spend a little more time going back to my couponing days and watching sales and doing a little more retail arbitrage than I have done all summer, because it's apparently basically there's a lot of women out there who want to try to cover their wrinkles. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't have that worry thing. Number one, I'm not a woman, I just don't have wrinkles yet.
Well, I know for like our store, I mean, it's not that it's slow. It's just we're getting more higher prices for our stuff that's now finally starting to sell and stuff like that. So we don't have cha-chings all day long, but when we do get them during the day, they're for a higher profit than what it was before. So it's nice with that. Although I wish it was higher profit, more cha-chings throughout the day, but you got to start somewhere, and it's nice to go from where we were to where we are now, and then it's just going to get better from here. So.
Right, I agree. I mean, I'll be honest, it was nice making $80 on a photo, than sometimes selling 12 things to make $4 a piece to make the same $80 because you only had one item to package. So that's nice. There is another question there.
Yep. From Joseph. I can't pronounce your last name, so forgive me. But he says, do you think sticking to one type of item or category is good? And I see that Tommy did respond in chat. He says, I personally think you should always look for new kinds of items to sell so you have a variety of people coming to your store, which I agree with. What do you guys think?
I think it depends on what you can source, because I know in certain areas of where if you live in the country, you may not be able to source the same things as people who maybe live in a bigger city or who have the funds to buy liquidation or wholesale items. So I think it just depends. Like, there are people who are just really good at certain things, maybe like collecting and selling coins. If that's what's making you successful, that's what you like to do, then by all means keep doing that. But for me, I like a variety. And I think that has a lot to do with just my past, not only being a bargain hunter since I was tiny, but also working in a consignment / eBay store. So I just always have kind of had that. And then the other jobs that I had, even when I was a teenager, I worked at Mervyn's in the home department. So that's what I am best at. And I think that's why I stick to that. So I'd say the answer is to definitely do what's best for you and what you can source, or even it helps if you enjoy it. That's helpful in anything you do, What do you think, Pat? You think it's better to stick with one or?
Well, I would say it would be, it's an individual, like you said, what works best for you, an individual. Now, I mean, I'm friends with Jason Banana Finds, and he sells basically industrial tools. There's no way that I could go out and basically buy. Yeah, I could pretend to sell industrial tools, but am I going to know what to pay for them? Am I going to know what to sell for them? So I lead myself into a potential of doing a lot of bad buys. I have a friend that sells on eBay that is in the coin and sports collectibles business. He does tremendous with that, and it has a lot of. Now, there are things that he also is not going to touch, and he has an advantage because he already has a wholesale account, and he has, with his father, a place that people are bringing in inventory. And for me personally, I have to have a mix and sell stuff that comes from the Goodwill, Salvation Army, or storage units, or look for things out there on Facebook Marketplace, because I'm not specializing in one thing. I'm not an expert on any one thing. Have I sold some things higher, like baseball cards and stuff in the past, and I could tell you about it, but not at the record that I know people that will sell $1,000 worth of cards a day. So for me, having a storage unit, small housewares, those type of things, and hoping to get lucky and find something out there that I can flip. But again, and doing the show for me and doing YouTube has expanded my knowledge, because I'm hanging out with people that are showing me tremendous opportunities because I do sell on Amazon too, and I've made mistakes. I've lost money on items that I'm weeding some of those items out now and just focusing on stuff that I can turn and make some money.
Did you see? I put T Flips' question in the side. I think that's that is a good question to ask.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, there's looks to be a troll. Oh, thank you, Derek. And
You're all right. That's what all them mods are for. You don't even worry. We just keep doing our thing.
Yeah. The message was deleted, but what you should do is if someone's going to that aspect, just clearly block the person from the channel so they can never come back again.
Yeah.
There's idiots out there. It's fine, but you know.
I thought it was a question. Yeah, that was a very good one.
I was willing to answer it, but he might not have liked the answer.
Okay, so T Flips has a question.
Yeah, he says, how do y'all figure for shipping costs? Just getting started, and that's the worst part for me.
And I saw that Tommy, the Bargain Effect, responded with a very good answer, and I was going to elaborate more on that. He said to use calculated shipping, which is so true. If you are brand spanking new, before you even list the item, you should figure out not only how much is it going to weigh, but whatever you're going to package it in, so that you could put exactly the measurements of whatever it is. I think that's the biggest mistake. Shipping is, I think, the hardest thing to learn, but that's the biggest mistake is people assume, oh, I'll find a box or I'll measure the item and it's going to be 10 by 14 by whatever. But then you don't have a box that's like that, or you didn't calculate in maybe whatever else that you're gonna, put in that. So I think that's the best way to do it, is to make sure you already have whatever you're gonna ship the item in figured out and use calculated. And then also, there's good references in learning shipping. You could go on YouTube and there's plenty of videos out there about, some better suggestions or easier ways, or how to pack, things and not use crazy heavy materials and all this. So I think that's a great question.
Yeah. And I know that I am still learning shipping. Tommy teaches me if there's a new item. Some things I can do without any help, but then there are other things that I just look at it and I'm like, what do I do? Like when I did my first Frankenbox, I was so proud of it. And then Tommy was like, honey, why do you use this box? I had Frankenboxed a box with a size we already had, and I didn't realize it.
I remember that. You were so proud of yourself, though. You were like, look what I did. Because we were, you were so proud of yourself.
I was so proud. And he didn't switch, he didn't have me switch the box over because he knew I was very proud. And he was very proud of me. And I was but he did. He was like, well, how come you didn't use this box? And I'm like, oh no, really? I'm like, thank you, mods, for getting the trolls tonight. I greatly appreciate it.
They're streaming in, aren't they?
Right on it.
Stop feeding the trolls. Lisa C said, "Who's feeding the trolls?"
I think it's because we have Q&A tonight in the title,
and that's all right.
Exactly. So some of these trolls tonight are pretty hilarious. All right, so we have another question. Oh, real quick, shipping you're going to constantly work on, be it new, be it an older reseller. You are always going to have to learn shipping, because shipping changes just like everything else. So just like Kim and them said, find a good video to help you out to get started. There are tons of resellers out in YouTube that if you are stuck don't be afraid to message one of them, because I am very sure that they would have no problems walking you through it, helping you, because as resellers, that's what they do.
Well, we all learn from someone, you know, somewhere, and yeah, I mean, shipping is the hardest thing, but you know, just a few times you figure it out. I've made mistakes on shipping. I made a mistake on shipping, I don't know, like 2 months ago, and the post office person laughed at me because I've been going there so long and never had an issue that they were kind of making fun of me. They're like, "Really, you rookie?" I put ounces or something on a label instead of pounds. That was, but he I thought that was funny.
Yes, reseller Darlene says, Norgus R says, hold on one second, let me pull it up here. Reseller community is the best, and I will have to agree. Any and everybody are willing to reach out and help you, and not to feel, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't ever, there's not a stupid question, just ask it. I know there's a specific way to say that, and I know I just butchered it, but, you know, just ask, and anybody will be able to be willing to help you. So we do have another question. Star City Picker has 2 questions, actually. One is, what is everyone's actual ASP? That's the first one. And how many listings does everyone have?
My average sale price has been around $22, and about 1,300 listings into 2 stores. And then one is a charity store that I run for breast cancer that has about 35 listings. I
actually haven't checked what mine is lately. I could figure that probably out by the end of the show. I sell such a, I don't know, broad spectrum of prices of things. I see the other one he had was,
how many listings does everyone?
Oh yeah, I answered that. Between the 2, it's close to 1,000. That number will be much smaller here in soon, because I'm gonna try to dwindle it all down, ship a bunch off to Amazon that I could sell on Amazon, and then combine the stores, because life is too busy for me to be trying to keep track of all this. Plus now helping Lily with Poshmark, even though she's doing a great job at doing it on her own, I do have to help her. She wouldn't like to admit that Mom is helping her, but she's been listing in it though. I don't know how many listings she has. It takes her a long time to list each item, which is okay, because that's the best way to get faster, and the best way to learn is to just do it yourself. You know, and I check things before she makes the final listing. But what I did was I printed her out kind of a template so that she could type it in, and she knew exactly what she needed to say in the listing. Then there has been so many people in the reseller community offering help to her. Like, it's insane. And I love it so much. So she does take a little advantage of that, not in a bad way, because the resource is there. You know, it's not, I mean, they offered that in that sense. But also, she's doing what one of the best things you could do is to go look at other people's stores, or go look at other people's listings. You know, find those who have really good feedback, and see how they list things. That's the best way.
I just want to comment. We have 37 people in the room right now. That's great. People are starting to roll in. I see Tommy's rolled in. Swamp Picker, Willow is in here. So you got just in the past 5 or 8 minutes, you got about 8 more people that have rolled in. So
welcome, everybody.
Yeah, the subject tonight is Q&A. If you want to ask any question, you can openly ask questions in the side chat.
Be it resale, be it personal, it's all open, And if we're uncomfortable answering it, we will let you know.
We're just going to do what Pat said, and we're just going to block our screen.
For Garden Effect store, we have about 425 on eBay alone. And then all the stuff that we have on other platforms, which I'm not sure exactly what that number is. And I don't know, I'll be honest, I don't know what the ASP is. Tommy would have to answer that because I'm not sure. I just know it's better than what it was. And it keeps getting better. So, so he'll have to answer.
Hey, there's Anita. Hi, Anita.
Hello, Anita.
Anita.
Mary Ann, welcome.
What's your here's a question. Hold on. Johnny's asking a personal question here. Hold on. Did you see that other? Did we answer that other question by Joseph?
Nope, not yet. But Tommy did answer me, and it's the ASP is $37. So I hope that helps.
Good.
And then Joe's other question is, are your styles of ideas that you can never pass up? Not sure what that means.
Yeah, styles of, or maybe items or collectibles.
Yeah. Joseph, if you could clarify that a little bit better in the side chat, we'll come back to that question. There's 2 new questions posted, Destiny.
Yep, I see. Dad's Vintage Garage says, what's your go-to on-the-run meal / snack? Pat, you go first.
Wendy's.
Kim?
Snack.
See, a cheeseburger is a snack for me.
I don't like cheeseburgers. So.
I like cheeseburgers.
I don't know. Whatever I can find. I'd have to think about it. I'll have to think about it.
Okay.
I really don't snack necessarily.
When we are on the go, mine is teriyaki chicken from the mall. It's my favorite.
I have a weakness for brownies. Does that count?
That counts. That's a count. Check.
But I don't get one every single time I go somewhere.
and quick trip food.
And cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Not mustard, though. Not mustard. No mustard for me.
I don't want to interrupt. Joe clarified that.
Okay.
Are your styles? Are there items or collections that you can never pass up? Yeah, I mean, me personally, I pass up a lot if I think it's too expensive.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can say for the right price.
Yeah, I mean, I do like postcards. I do like vintage toys, and but yeah, I mean, I stick to a budget for me personally.
Yeah, I don't have a budget when it's personal. When it's business, it's I try not to outdo what the business does. If me personally, I collect a lot of Irish stuff, and if I see something that I don't have and it's related to Irish stuff, I have to get it. It goes to my collection. Business-wise, anything that'll make a good profit. So there's not really a specific thing that way.
Yeah, for me, yeah, it has to be the right price. But there are some things that I really like. I'm not one of those. Like, I literally tell people, again, I had this conversation earlier, you can't bring a U-Haul to heaven, folks. I know that my name is I'm borderline hoarder-ish because I only hoard to be able to sell it for a profit.
Oh.
There are things that I do like to collect. One thing being rocks, but I don't pay for them necessarily.
Oh.
I find them.
So hoarderish means piling junk. I thought it was a brand of horseradish sauce.
Oh, ha ha! You're funny. Ha ha, Pat.
Come on, Destiny allowed me to make 1 or 2 jokes tonight. She said I had a 2 limit. That was at the 2 limit.
You're done.
All right, I'm done. That's it. It's the 9:30 hour. Hey, I did post another question on the side there from Caffeinated Christy, Mrs. C.
All right. She says, how many returns does everyone get on average? Just got my third return.
For me, it's typically around 1%. So I've had a little bit less actually right now this in the last 6 months. The first 3 or 4 months, 300 sales was about 3 items. That is at about 5 items. Yeah, so it is roughly 1% for me. So one usually out of 100. And sometimes it's just things that, recently my last one was a Phillies t-shirt that was a large, and apparently it was a kid's large, not an adult large, and they returned it. And I'm also factoring in Amazon and eBay, because those are basically the 2 platforms that I sell on. So 1% for me.
So I've only had in let's say it'd be 2 years, I think. Had 1 return on an item, and it was a golf club, because apparently I was not in the realization that the letter P on the bottom of a club meant, I can't remember if it was pitching wedge or something, but I gave the person the wrong. They said the title didn't match what it was. And I think that them being as they said, a serious golf club collector, you would think that maybe they probably just, pulled one over on me. But that was the only time. I really kind of I don't go out of my way to make an item seem way more fabulous than it really is. Like, I will point out every single little flaw. I will take details of it. And a lot of times, 95% of the time, people are, well, maybe not 95%, but people are, the most common feedback I get is that the item was better than they thought it was going to be. So I think that kind of helps. And I also, my mom has been a reseller for a really, really long time. So I've had a lot of help from her. It's not like I just woke up, got onto eBay, and was perfect about it necessarily. She helped me. So I watched all the mistakes that she made. And then also, even before I had my own stores, I was a lister from somebody else. So now that person had a lot of returns. It's hard when you list for somebody else and they tell you certain things, to do, and you just have to kind of do it because that's what they want. But yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
Now,
I'm going to jinx myself now.
For our store, we have a 0.7%. So
a little bit more than 0.5%, right? So, yeah. Now, hey, I just want to address something real quickly. Quickly, Leticia pointed out on her store she does not take returns. I don't take returns either, but per eBay policy, they are allowed to return something if they feel it doesn't match the description. So even if I say no returns, they only have to say, all they have to do is click that box that it doesn't match the description. I don't care. You could list it as blue, and they thought it was supposed to be baby blue, and it's baby blue, and they have the right to send it back. eBay is going to protect the buyer more than the seller. So that's what I wanted to address that. DU Page Picker or Pat D72, can you tell us about the Nashville meetup? That is August the 23rd and the 24th. It's a Friday and Saturday. It's in Nashville. They have a Facebook. Scott, the Bearded Picker, and Phil are the 2 people that have organized it. There's a lot of other things that are going on as far as getting together, talking about business, going out, flea markets and things that they're doing. So there is on Facebook. Willow has a question you want to read, Destiny?
Willow asks, of all the eBay sellers on here, who are willing to share their eBay links? Will you do so, please? So if you have a eBay store and you would like to share it, please do so in the chat.
Yeah, feel free to. And then if you're gray, we'll just accept it.
Yeah, my one eBay store is Pat D's, and that's, to be honest, that's my name. It's been my name. And when I set up my eBay store, the 72 is just something I added as far as doing YouTube. But Pat D's is my store.
we have the bargain effect. And I think Tommy put it in already. So Tommy had a question. Let's see. Let me read this. I can't see it.
Tommy has a question?
Yeah.
I didn't see
You
it.
guys have a minimum on what you sell things for?
The what? Wait, what's
You
the
have a
question?
minimum of like, hold on. Let me see if I can get this right. Like your profit. Do you have like a minimum profit that you guys look for when you guys are sourcing?
I mean, I always like to double my money. But with that being said, if you buy a $5 item and you sell it for 10, you double your money, right?
Mhm.
But if you buy a $100 item and you make $50 on it, you made $50 on that one item. Are you doubling your money? No. But are you going to turn away a 50%, ROI, return on investment? No, you're not. It's a $50 where it would take you to sell maybe 10 small things. So I just think it depends what the price point is. And again, it's an individual basis. That's my thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me, I really try to shoot for per hour, like, because I think that my, the time is money in that sense, and so it just, I wouldn't necessarily say that I shoot for a certain dollar amount. It's more of what I can list and make per kind of hour or as a day, a work day. Because, like, for example, this would make me think about Rebecca. She had picked up some pins, and I really like, one of my favorite things to sell is pins, like hat pins and patches, like iron-on patches. And one of the reasons I like to sell it is size for me. I am working with I don't have a warehouse. I don't have all kinds of room to be able to have every kind of size, a bigger size items. But they don't bring a whole lot. It's like $5 to maybe $15 profit that they bring. But I can make one listing of that and just change one thing in it, and I can make 30 of those listings in 1 hour. So if you look at it that way, then that $5 mark, seems way better. So I think it just depends. I think it's better, like I said, to kind of, instead of always doing like, how many listings did you list today, to think of it in a dollar kind of aspect of how much per day, how many dollars are you listing per day?
Yeah, for us, we look for things that we can sell for no less than $20. Unless it's a replenishable, then we have to make at least $5 profit on it. And so, it goes back and forth with that when we look for items and stuff. So we have another question I just saw in the back chat, which I apologize for it to be a little bit late. Joe asked, truly, how much does the friendship in this community mean to you all?
Oh, that's a great question.
That is, I think, the first personal question that we've gotten.
Besides the food part. Besides the food one.
Besides the food part. But that still kind of had to do with reselling.
True, right? It means a lot. I really honestly never thought that I would become so close to so many people. And I'm grateful for it. I think that there's a lot of us who have a lot of things in common, and being a reseller kind of, I think we all can agree to an extent that it sometimes is kind of lonely. It's not like you're necessarily going out to a big office building where there's, a bunch of people in cubicles or whatever it is, whatever your job is. We communicate well through a screen, but you really, what people don't necessarily see all the time is that, like, for example, Destiny and Pat, we hang out outside of YouTube through Hangouts as well, as and we've gotten to know each other, and that's I have built quite a few friendships like that. So it means a lot to me. Life is not so lonely, I guess is the best way to put it. And that's because of all you guys. So of course it means a lot to me, a lot. I'm appreciative.
Me too. And everybody that I meet, I don't always hit it off with everybody, and that's okay, but the reseller community, they are a whole different breed of people. They welcome you. They're willing to help you. They make you feel included. Even if you are a beginner, they still make you feel included. And, there's so much stuff that goes on in people's lives outside of YouTube. And it's nice to know that you have somebody that's got your back through thick and thin. For me, when I got sick and I almost died, Kimmy every single day video chatted with me in the hospital. I don't remember the first few days.
I can't even believe, like, that was Memorial weekend. I was getting ready to go camping, and I seriously sat there thinking to myself, am I going to go pack to go camping, or am I going to go pack to meet somebody that I've never met in person? I'm going to drive my behind right there, right now, because I had no idea. That was so scary to see you be like that. And I just kept thinking about Tommy and how that had to be such a hard thing. But I love it, of course.
But the reseller community, the YouTube community in general, they did so much for me. I didn't realize how many people knew who I was, how many people passed the word on to pray for me. I mean, it was scary for me. It was very scary for me, and I know it was scary for Tommy, the kids. I finally felt like people cared. And as crazy as it sounds, I have a lot of friends on YouTube, and I have a lot of friends that I'm very close to. And you always find out who your real friends are. I had more people on YouTube that reached out to me to see how I was doing than people that I know in real life. And to me, that's amazing. And the reseller community, no matter what, you guys are amazing. You really are. And I am truly blessed to be a part of this community. I may not be a reseller, but you have all accepted me, all have welcomed me with open arms, willing to help me whenever I need it. And I love you all for that. And that's what, to me, what this community means to me. When I need you, you're there. When you need somebody, I hope and pray that I can be there for you. And yes, and Mr. Pickles. I can't forget Mr. Pickles. Although he does have his own YouTube channel. He doesn't have any videos yet. We're working on that. But, you all have been there. You all have seen me at my best. You've seen me at my worst, although I don't remember the worst. But to me, you guys are all amazing, and I love each and every one of you, and I'm grateful for you all. Sorry before I get emotional. Go ahead, Pat.
Pat's turn.
Well, and I'm thinking about this whole time when you're talking about it, trying to keep a short answer. I'll answer something. Actually, Derek brought up something about the clicking. I think what it was is me trying to go through the chat and clicking the mouse. So if you guys heard me clicking, I think it was the mouse. It makes loud clicks. I never realized it before because usually I just read the chat. I don't go back through it. But as far as this community, for me, it's been tremendous because of having to deal with what and I can relate. And that was a common thing that we all can relate to, as far as myself, Kimberly, and Destiny having a health issue, and then wanting to better your family and meet other people to socialize, and for me wanting to get, and I hear people say that, and of course we're talking about YouTube, eBay. What happened for me was I went on YouTube and I typed in eBay, and I typed in Amazon, and I typed in breast cancer, and I've met a lot of tremendous people. But with that being said, and Tommy pointed out that there is a little negative aspect, but that's like that in everyday world. There are people that unfortunately you're not going to mesh with at times, and things happen, difference of opinions and stuff, and you can't focus on those people. You got to focus on the people that love and care about you, and prove it. I mean, I talk to these girls weekly. They have my phone number. I've put my phone number out there for the call me. So for me, it's been tremendous. It's a whole new experience though, because of me getting out there and wanting to. I don't feel I'm tied down anymore now that I don't have a retail location. So I'm willing to get up and go out and meet people and expand and network. So for me, it's been great, and I appreciate everybody actually coming in the room tonight and doing this. So thank you.
Mary Deathly Deal says, time to collect an Irish spleen. Your American one gave up.
I saw that. I always enjoy when Mary Deathly Deals, my pacemaker friend, Mary Beth, comes into the chat. Mary Beth, you're awesome. You're awesome. She's super witty, but she also has a heart of gold, and I just appreciate her so very much. You're pretty funny. She's funny.
Okay, here's another question. It's in 2 parts. So have you backdoored someone on the team to try to better yourself, but found out it was a wrong thing? And he says, sorry to get personal, but I've been out it so many times that it's hard to get into these communities and trust.
Wow. Okay. Backdooring somebody, no. I think that you can succeed in life without stepping on others. I do think that that 95% of any of the YouTube community or reseller community that I've come across is awesome. It doesn't matter where you go, what job you have, where you're at, whether it's school, there's always going to be those few that are not so great. I don't know how you could necessarily figure out how to avoid that, but I think if you're true to yourself, and I think that if you live your life, morally correct, like things that, and just keep your blinders on and do your thing, that you could easily succeed without wrapping others in it. There's always going to be people who will throw you under the bus in like about 2 seconds, and let them do that, because really, honestly, if you're going to play into that, you're not any better than them. I don't know if that all makes sense, but I don't think that ever, that kind of people being haters ever goes away in anything that you really do. Because it's like, if I think all the way back to school, there's always somebody that's not going to like me, and that's okay. Not everybody has to like me. I don't know if that answers his question. I think it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Really. There's your answer. It's better to have put yourself out there and tried than to sit and wonder what if. Even if you get burned, just get back up. Don't let anybody burn too many bridges, but and be forgiving, but don't walk on others to further yourself, because I don't think in the end you win.
Yeah, other people in chat have said there will always be someone who doesn't play nice in the sandbox. Let's see. There was a couple other ones in here too that I wanted to read. But now the chat jumped on me in here, and so
I I like what Tiffany said. Be genuine, be kind, stay humble.
Yes,
Amen.
that's what I was looking for. It was further down. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, you just gotta watch your circle, and you know, as long as you're being yourself, either people are gonna like you or they're not gonna like you. But just stay being you, no matter what. And this community is pretty good. So you know, sometimes it's hard to open up to people, and that's completely understandable, especially in life's experiences. But just remember, if you don't try, you can't say that it'll never happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's better to try. It's better to have loved than to have lost than to never have loved at all. You know, if you hide behind everything and kind of never let your guard down, then you're never going to see the good, because you're going to not only avoid the bad, but you're never going to see the good too.
Marianne Swanson says, "Be the person you want others to be to you." Sorry, couldn't read that very well. You know, just be yourself. What do you think, Pat?
Well, I mean, obviously, it seems like we're talking more about YouTube. eBay, I'm this lonely guy in my house packaging stuff, arguing with myself. YouTube is its own. Look, there's a lot of people out there that are watching. I've met a lot of people, and I try not to be confrontational with people, because I'm trying to better myself. I have a long-term goals that I want to do. I'm happy and blessed that I beat the big C, cancer, and I don't have time for people sometimes pettiness over silly stuff. I'm willing. Hey, the very first time I got on live was actually on Destiny's channel, Shamrock Pixie. It was the February the 3rd, 3 days before my birthday, and I was grateful for just to, when you reach out to a woman on YouTube, and she didn't like, oh, this guy's strange or he's weird or what does he want? She's like,
oh, no, we thought you were strange and weird, but that's okay. I'm strange and weird too, so we knew you'd fit right in.
But she was willing to give me the opportunity to come on. Now, with that being said, sometimes you run into issues with other people that you have a vision that you want to do going with your channel and expand on your personal experience, your knowledge and stuff like that. And I don't think you should ever let anybody hold you back or try to mold you for the way they want you to be. I did that for years, trying to be a people pleaser. And my attitude is, but be gentle, be loving and kind towards other people without being mean-spirited. But it's very hard because some people, like I'm a person, I don't believe in drinking or smoking or doing drugs. But am I a person that would go and criticize on YouTube and say, no, you shouldn't do that? No, it's an individual. So how I live my life, maybe I can be a role model for people that what I've gone through. And that's what I hope to and be a good guy. I mean, I talk to Destiny's kids, and I am no different. I'll tell you right now, if you talk to my wife and people, I am no different on YouTube than I am outside the place. I may be quiet at times on certain shows, or I still get the butterflies. And part of the butterflies is just the nervousness in my stomach of wanting for people to, and that's a weakness I have, being sensitive and wanting people to like me. But I do realize that, I mean, I remember looking sometimes, oh my God, we did the show and we got 4 thumbs down. But, I met Jeremy and George from What the Hells, and they told me, focus on the 95% of the people that care and love you and what you're doing. And I, so for me, this has been really important, and I just got to stay focused and keep, going down that right path.
Rebecca has a really good point. She says, for the one person that is bad, you will find 5 or 6 that are amazing. Amen to that, girl. Amen to that. That is so
I agree
true.
to that.
So just remember, you will find some bad apples, but there's more good apples than bad apples. So we have another question.
There's Joy had two things.
Yep.
One was about Debbie. If anybody's heard from her, shout out to Debbie Does Sales, because she was that Monday she had surgery, or was that Tuesday?
It was Monday.
Yeah, I haven't seen her today, but I haven't been on YouTube a whole lot. If she's watching this, or if she watches the replay, we love you, Debbie, and we hope that you're doing all right. And then Joy, also, if you want to read that question.
How do you stand out within the eBay world?
How do you stand out? I really have no idea. I guess if you're listing items that there's a bazillions of them and it's not listed and it's not being sold, then that's probably an issue. So I think for sure it's important to pay attention to the solds. It drives me nuts, actually, when somebody's like, oh my gosh, I came across this item and I looked it up and eBay has it listed for $1,000. And I'm like, right on. Did you look up the solds? No, I just saw it listed at 1,000. And you think that that's what you're going to get. It's like I think it was maybe a week ago, and I was talking about the VHS that I came across, and somebody had it listed for like $1 million. Come on now.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, that's a little ridiculous. Just because somebody has it listed doesn't mean that's what it's actually going to sell for. So I think being unique kind of applies in that sense, as too, if you want to sort of stand out. But that's kind of a hard question.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how to answer that. It's a good question, just don't know how to answer that.
Right.
But summed it up.
Selling unique and rare items, I guess, maybe makes you stand out, or I don't know. Pat, what do you think?
I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat on the side. How do you stand out with the eBay world? I don't know. If I did, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, that was my first thought was, well, if you guys could tell me, I'd like to know all your secrets.
Right. I'm not. There's no sense lying and BSing. I sell probably since I'll include December. The last 6 months, I think I've sold $14,000 worth of stuff. That is not. I'm not making a living just selling on eBay. I do 4 different things. Actually 5 different things if you include trading the market. To make money, because I am not a master of any one of those things yet. I hope to improve on those, but with me, I'll tell you like it. I'll be honest. I'm a clear cut. I'll answer the question, tell you like it. May not always like the answer, but I'll tell you.
Real quick, Eat Sleep Amazon Tiffany was in a car wreck yesterday. And she says, those who called me to check up made me feel very special. No, I apologize. I did not know you were in a car wreck yesterday.
I didn't know that either. That's crazy. I hope she's all right.
I hope you're okay. I will pray for you, and much love to you for a fast recovery. I did not know. I haven't really been on social media a lot the last couple days, so I was very sick yesterday with I don't know what was going on, so I missed a lot, so I do apologize. I hope you are okay, and
yeah,
for a speedy recovery. I just happened to go scrolling through and saw that, so I wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. Please pray for her as well.
Yes, I love Tiffany.
She's amazing.
She sent me that unicorn cup, and ever since I got it, I drink from it every Monday because it puts my whole entire week in such a better direction just by drinking my coffee from a unicorn cup.
That's awesome. Much love, Tiffany.
Yeah, she's a good woman. It may sound strange, but we're friends on social media, and I'll just reach out to her just to call her and say hello. And she always takes my phone calls. She always responds. And for me, a lot of times, I'm a needy guy. So I love to sometimes pick up the phone and be able to call somebody and say hello. And I also like that aspect of the, hey, I'm thinking of you at this time. Hello. And it only takes 5 minutes to, hey, this is what I'm doing today. How are you? And what's up? And it only takes 5 minutes, less than that to even be kind and say hello. Here's a question. You want to do the last question there?
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I just saw it, and then
Yeah, side chat, our chat.
oh, yeah, there was a couple of them. There was one here real quick that said, "Do y'all set schedules in your day for listing, shipping, managing the store, etc.?" That's from you, uniquely me. Tommy usually gets up super early before anybody else in the house and does all the back end work of eBay and that. So I don't do much of that part, but he's usually up pretty early and he's getting all the back end work done, as he calls it. So what about you guys?
During the summer, I mean, I'd like to say that I have a schedule, but right now I have not. During the school year, though, I do stick with, I call myself Drill Sergeant Mommy, because my kids go to a pretty strict school and they're very much on a schedule. And that's how we basically survive the school year is having a schedule. So I go more into work hour mode during the school year, meaning I treat it more like an 8 to 4 type of job of where I get home and I'm doing, I like to, the first thing I'm usually doing is shipping in the morning so that I could be, or I'll do it at night, like right before I go to bed, but so that I could be to the post office right when it opens here at 9 o'clock and not ever have to wait in line and get that done and taken care of. And then after that, it just kind of depends. But I do all my reselling stuff during the day, time hours, Monday through Friday. And I will schedule out listings if I'm busy on the weekends. So I wouldn't say that I definitely, I necessarily have a set schedule. Because then you add in being a YouTube content creator. I more block time, I guess is the best way to put it. Like I'll block time and do 5 listings, then clean for a little while, then do something else, and then come back. So I don't think I necessarily have a set schedule that I do every day.
It's Pat Dees. I just want to let you know you're a good man. I appreciate you being on the show. You called me out. I didn't call you. I just called to show you some love tonight, and have a great night. All right, buddy. Bye. Alex Batman the Flipper called me out, said I haven't called him. I told him I called him 3 or 4 times. He said it's only twice. It is now 3 times. He doesn't realize he's on speed dial. So he is the sexy beast. Were we talking about a schedule?
Yeah,
you do the same type. Yeah, the same type of thing.
No.
I mean,
I did that for almost 20 years, and guess what? I'm not. If I have to be at that auction tomorrow, but no, my life is I get up when I want, I go to bed when I want. I have no one to answer to but me.
All right, so we have a question from the Bargain Effect. He would like to know, what would you say is your biggest downfall?
For me, you want me to answer first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess just not having the confidence and that I can do everything in life. People will say, "Oh, you can do it. Just go out and do it." And sometimes you run into people that are negative and will kind of set you back. And your mind sometimes can, and you second guess things. Anybody who says they're 100% positive all the time, I don't believe that. I mean, because life is life, and so that would be my downfall. But just I want to stay focused and keep looking at the long-term goals and the things that I want to do in life, and hopefully I can get over that downfall as a person.
I think my biggest downfall is putting things that I don't necessarily like to do on the back burner, and then suddenly I'm in kind of a time crunch when I get closer, basically being a procrastinator. I think I could definitely use to take my own advice a little bit better and hold myself accountable. And like what I like to preach about, move your behind Mondays and doing your priorities first and doing the things that you don't want to do so that you can get it done out of the way and not have to worry about it for the rest of the day. Because I'm terrible sometimes about, doing things that I don't like to do. And that even comes with listings that I don't like to list. Like if it's not fun, then I seem to put it off and list all the things I want to list or, first. So I definitely could work on not putting so many things on the back burner that should be priorities, basically.
I'm trying to think. What is my biggest downfall? I would have to say, I really don't know.
I think giving yourself not enough credit for being the awesome person you are should be your downfall, because you are smart and beautiful and funny and all of these things. So I think that would be something that you could work on. I don't just need anybody to be my Irish twin. Come on now, I have standards. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
You are amazing.
that's tough, because you got to surround yourself with people that bring you up instead of tear you down. And we run into it all the time. I mean, I used to, even in the business, where you could have 100 great people and one person would say something that would ruin the whole day. And and that maybe is just human nature among all of us. That, I mean, I love when people say, "Oh, who cares what they say?" or "Don't worry about them." But then the minute it happens to them, they fly off the handle or they act a certain way. I think that's a downfall that we, all, because I think if you have a heart and you care about what people think, that's what happens.
Yeah, that is very true. And I wish I knew as much as everybody else did in the reseller community. And what's nice is, even though I don't, as I'm a newbie, I'm still welcomed, and my biggest downfall is I don't give myself enough credit. You are correct. And I don't know. I have to work on that for myself. That's something that I have to work on. But everybody in chat has been amazing and supportive, and I'm a hot mess 99% of the time. And
Smoking hot mess.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Smoking hot mess.
She's beautiful. I think she's pretty sexy, just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to get on her or anything.
I want to know where the butter knife is tonight in case things get loud in here.
I put it away for tonight. I really did.
Well, we had 2 trolls there. You got to get that butter knife out.
But that's what I have all my wonderful mods for.
Okay.
I mean, so being accepted, it's Mr. Pickles owes her his life, and yes, Mary Deathly Deals. She says Mr. Pickles owes her his life and feathers, and believe me, he's been dropping some feathers lately. What about everybody else, and what is your guys' biggest downfall? What do you feel is your biggest downfall? Tommy Bernard?
Yeah, Bernard.
Said, can you mute the keyboard or what?
Oh, am I typing too loud? I'm sorry. I get excited.
The mad typer.
Well, actually, I have part of because my laptop overheated this morning. So I have a tray underneath it, and it's, I think it's not helping my situation. I apologize. I get excited, but I'm like, yeah. And I was typing rough because Joy asked, here's a question. Will you ever try pineapple pizza? Well, I've tried pineapple pizza, and like we've discussed many of times, pineapple pizza to me is equal to mustard. Disgusting. That's it. It's gross. Yeah, see, Jason Banana Fines, he types like I do.
Is he here tonight? I didn't see him.
No. Melissa's pointing out the fact of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Banana emoji now. Yep.
I love pineapple pizza. That is my favorite.
No.
Kimmy, where are your glasses and hat?
What I just got is probably what she's talking about. I haven't told the YouTube world about the present that I got. I'm going to, but I'm going to do it in a different way. So that this person can get some good recognition. That's all I'm going to say. I can't tell all the
Yeah, Tommy's always picking on me about my pineapple that I like on my pizza. If you designed a custom graphic tee, what would it say?
For me, there would be two. Love and kindness always wins. And then the other one would be, you may not hit a home run every time, but at least show up the bat.
I have a merch shirt that I really like. I should maybe design some new ones, but it says "Be bravely weird," and I think that's pretty awesome. I don't think that. I mean, you all know that I am not afraid to be odd, and I think that we all could use to be a little braver about being ourselves. Because if you're not yourselves, then how are those looking for you ever going to find you? That's all she wrote. Is that all? Oh, sorry, I'm reading the side chat.
Okay, so do we have any more questions? Rebecca says, if you don't list it, it will not sell.
Oh yeah, I got a question, Destiny.
What's up?
What do you think of my glasses?
I like them.
Yeah, you said I could wear them after 70 minutes of the show, and it's getting bright in here, and you know, I don't want no tears down my eyes, you know, reading all this sentimental chat there. So I need these shades.
The love and kindness is too much for you, Pat.
Sometimes.
I think my graphic tee would say "much love with the heart." You know, that two hands, you know, doing this, and it say "much love."
Yeah.
So with that, I do have to inform everybody that tonight is.
Breathe. You got this.
Tonight is my last show with Thursday night.
Hosting.
I will be in chat. I will be supporting these two. But I need to move forward and heal and do some things for me. And it was a very hard decision to come up and do. But just know that I am greatly appreciated to everybody out there that showed support. But right now, things are just, I need to do things for me. And with my spleen and everything, I'm just going in a little bit different direction than what the show is at this time. Will I ever come back to host? Yeah, if
she's not disappearing.
I'm not disappearing.
She's not disappearing. Priorities change, you know, and she's my friend. I support any of you guys in whatever you want to do. She's not going away.
So I just need to do things for me, and right now my health is very important to me. My family's very important to me, and school be starting soon for my children, and I need to focus on that. So I won't have a lot of time in the evenings to do things. And I need to take a step back. I need to find me and move forward. I want to go in a direction of teaching people about the things that I went through, and hopefully it will help somebody else and save somebody else's life. Um, I will definitely be here to support. I'm sure I will be popping in here and there to say hello to everybody.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
But I need to do me. And Kim and Pat have been very supportive. And
you're my number one. I told you, and I meant every word that I love this show, and I love to do a lot of the shows on YouTube. But at the end of the day, you are what matters in the situation, and your health and your family and your priorities. I mean, family should be number one. And I'm all right with that. And you need to do what you need to do, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I still love you just the same.
and I love you guys. And you guys, I'm hoping that you guys will follow the journey that I'm going to take. If not, that is perfectly okay. But I need to educate people on what happened with me, and that's the road I need to take. It's not so much going to be a reselling channel for me. It's about what I went through. It's about what other people could be experiencing and not realize what's going on. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to support people, and I want to be able to educate. And so that's, I'm kind of taking a cue from Joy, Be the Difference Clothing. She has been very supportive. She's very encouraging, and that's what I want to do. And
I think you have the potential to do. I mean, I know you on a personal level, and I'm excited for you to share that, because I think that a lot of people can relate, maybe not specifically with the exact same thing that's happened to you, but I think a lot of people can relate to you, and I'm excited for you, and I just want you to be happy. You and Tommy and the kids, and all of us are still going to be there. Come on, nothing ain't going away. I loved how everybody was all worried like you were going to disappear. No, she's not disappearing.
No, I'm not completely going away from YouTube. I just need to step back at night for my kids and for me, and I'm going to be more on during the day.
Right. Your kids, I mean, YouTube doesn't necessarily know about your kids were homeschooled, right? Before.
Yes, my kids were homeschooled
this year.
Yes. So it's going to be a change.
Yeah. That's a big deal. And
it is. It really is. And somebody asked, Destiny, are you going to have another side hustle channel for the healing journey? This is, the Shamrock Pixie. When I started the Shamrock Pixie, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. When I started the Shamrock Pixie channel, it was to help me overcome my social anxieties. I didn't want to really go outside, and I thought maybe this would help. And it has. It really has. And then other things started happening, and then the situation with my spleen happened. And so I get nervous when I go live. I get very nervous. And that's why you never know what's going to happen on my channel. And as Miss Kimberly says, I'm a hot mess.
Smoking hot mess.
Smoking hot mess.
That's one of these times.
I will get it right one of these times. And you all have showed me a different side of the world that I didn't think was possible. And my channel I want to explain the things that I go through, and reselling. I will help Tommy. It is Tommy's business. I am there to support Tommy 100%. I know some things. I cross post for him, but right now my journey that I feel I need to go on is to help others with what, and explain and talk about the things that I've been through, because if it can show one person that you can survive, that's what I want to do. And I think I'm going to be reaching a whole different audience, but I am always going to be grateful for everybody. And I do hope that you guys continue to follow me, see how I'm doing. I absolutely love you all, and I will still be a part of the resale community, coming in, supporting you, showing love, and all that wonderful stuff. And please keep following Pat and Kim in this show, because you never know when I'm going to pop in and say
True
hello.
story.
You never know.
She's just taking, you know, and you know that you're more than welcome anytime you want. She's just basically taking the pressure off her of the hosting part and getting priorities of family and all that, you know, together so that she can venture on the journey of what she went through this summer and even before that. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. So you do your thing, girl. I'm here to support you. Look at it, the chat. You see the chat going wild right now for you?
Thank you, guys.
That's all for you.
It reminds me of when I was in the hospital. Everybody's showing love like this. Well, it was like, not a reseller either.
And that's all right. Be a reseller necessarily to be in the, you know, the community that we have. Like, it's not a requirement to be my friend. You got to be a reseller, you know. But hi, Joey.
Everybody, this is my son Joseph.
I gave my mom a hug because I felt like she needed it. Cause
you're such a
oh, thank you, baby.
Hey, Joey.
And you guys met Jasmine earlier. This is Joseph.
Joey gave me the rundown the other day of Pokemon cards.
Yes, he did.
I learned a lot. And as a reseller, it was pretty awesome to know more details of things I had no idea about.
Right? I still don't know the whole Pokemon thing. Okay, so like Tommy says, I am not leaving YouTube. I'm just going in a different direction.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay.
Like I said, you never know when I'm going to pop in and say hello to everybody. So keep watching. It's like, where's Waldo? And
where is Waldo? I've been looking for a year and a half now. I've been looking for a year and a half behind all you resellers, and the only Waldo I know of is a 2D, not a real. Well, okay. Even though Rebecca put a lot of effort, and Waldo does sit on her fridge, it's on a piece of paper. I'm looking for the real thing.
Wait, who is Tommy Bernard saying you have succeeded at YouTube? Pat D72 is finally speechless. Who is he talking about? What did I miss in chat?
Just never know.
I'm just listening to you, and it's your time, and all the respect that people are showing you on the side. And
yeah, it's truly touching how much you guys are amazing.
You are amazing. I mean, to be like, you are the reason that Pat even came into a bunch of our lives by helping him with Google Hangouts. And I remember that wasn't that the same night as I think you had Nathan on. Didn't you have Nathan on that night too, or something?
I honestly don't remember everybody that was on that night, and please forgive me because my memory is kind of woohoo sometimes. But I do remember that Pat had had Pat join me, and it was choppy. It was very choppy, and so we had to walk him. I had to walk him through You know, Tommy had to help a little bit because I couldn't quite understand him. But you know, we walked him through getting it all situated, and it got, you know, it got clear. It was a good night, you know, and nobody can take that from us, Pat. So, you know, it's but with that, y'all, we are going to sign out. We are way over our time. And again, I love you all. Thank you very much.
And
I will see you around.
Thanks for joining.
Yes, thank you so much for joining. And with that, much love, everybody. Come on, Pat, do your heart for me.
Come on, Pat. Come on.
I screw everything up. Hold on. Let me put my love glasses on.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Forget about it.
We should have got a butter knife out, because that, you know.
Right. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Much love. Bye.
Bye.
All right. And 5, 4, 3.